Hi guys, it's Rebecca. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. Today's video is going to be kind of a finale and an intro type video. If you saw the thumbnail, you guys know this is my kind of wrap up for the products I want to use up in 2024 and the introduction for the products I want to use up in 2025. I think I'm like super exposed. I don't know why. I know some people, it bothers some people when I'm like super exposed, but I haven't moved anything on my camera. Like I'm filming the same way that I always do, so sorry. But anyway, I'm going to talk to you guys about the products that I want to use up. Am I like not centered also? There, maybe kind of. So yeah, I'm going to talk to you guys about the products that I didn't use up or finished in 2024. I have 6 items, which is not bad. I think I had like 26 to like maybe 25 to 30 items. How many items do I have now? I have about 40 items that I picked up for next year, and it'll make more sense later on. But yeah, I'm gonna start with the ones that I didn't use up. I'm gonna share with you the 2 items. Well, actually, I'll share 4 items that I'm not bringing into next year's project or goal, if you will. The first one is an eyeshadow primer. This is the Lorac Behind the Eyes eyeshadow primer. I have used one of these before and I know that I did like it. I had at one point like 3 or 4 of these. This is the last one that I have in my collection. Didn't get to use it at all this year. Why didn't I? What was I using? I just started using right now an eyeshadow pencil that I'm using as a cream base. But what was I using before then? I don't remember, but anyway, didn't get to it. It's okay. Then I have a brown eyeliner from the brand Shani. This is an eye pencil. Didn't get to it. And I have 2 eyeshadows. One being a ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the color DGAF. I had already used this one a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see like over here in this area. Kind of similar to my nail. But I didn't get to use this at all this year. So sad face. I did use up one ColourPop shadow, but other than that, I didn't use anything. And I have a single eyeshadow. It's an eyeshadow sample from Makeup Forever. This is in the color I-544. I think that's what the color is right there. Artist Shadow I or 1544. So this is what it looks like. It was a pretty like taupey color. It was nice, but I didn't get to use it. I'll give you guys a swatch. That's the color right there. So definitely losing some pigment because it's getting kind of old, but it is what it is. So those are the 4 items that I'm not carrying over to 2025. I am carrying over 2 items. The first one being this foundation from Marc Jacobs. This is the Genius Gel Supercharged Foundation in the color 38 Beige Deep. I bought this at Marshall's. This is no longer available, unfortunately. And I could have started using it already this year, like starting in October. However, the NYX concealer that I have, I find that it's very like heavy. So I didn't want to use like a full coverage foundation underneath that heavy concealer. So I'm using a tinted moisturizer from Laura Mercier to use in conjunction with that concealer, and it's working really well. It's what I'm wearing today. I think it looks nice. So I think I made a good choice in using up another foundation instead of this one, that one. However, it's a tinted moisturizer. It has about 1.5 times or maybe twice the amount that this has. So I'm definitely not going to finish it by the end of the year, but I'm glad that at least I got a good use out of a product that has a lot of product. And then I am carrying over this cream blush from Tarte. This is the cream blush, the Breezy Cream Blush in the color Peach Sunset. And I've only ever swatched it. You guys can see it right there. But I've never used it. So I was supposed to start using it towards the end of this year. But as you guys know, I decided to use up my Wet n Wild like highlighting / blush palette. and that I ended up frankening with some eyeshadow. So instead of having like a half a palette left over, I decided to just use it up, and I don't think I'm gonna get to this year, maybe. No, I don't know. Maybe I won't even get to it till next year. I was thinking maybe in December I'll get to this, but probably not, because there's a lot of product in that Franken blush that I made. So, but anyway, this for definitely for sure will go into my products I want to use up in 2025. So I do have 3 palettes that I want to pan in 2025. However, one of them is my Pan That palette, so I'm not going to show it to you guys now, but just know that I already picked it. And then I have a face palette and a small eyeshadow palette. The first one is this palette from Sephora. This is the palette contour, the contour palette. And as you guys can see, this has some usage to it. I did create a Franken bronzer. If you guys follow me on my project pans, I think it's in my Project 10 pan. I featured my Franken bronzer. And so I'm planning on hopefully using all of these shades up. I think I can finish this palette but I think I can finish that Franken bronzer by the end of this year. And then I can focus on the rest. So I don't foresee myself, this one will probably give me a run for my money in regards to the shade, but I feel like I can definitely use this one as is. I'll probably have to refranken this one with another shade, and then this one also probably refranken. But I feel like I can use it up. I don't foresee myself having any issues with that. And then I want to use up my ABH Norvina 9 pan eyeshadow palette. I have been using this palette on and off. This is not my Pan That palette, don't worry. And as you guys can see, I have hit pan on 3 shades, on this one, and this one. Using it with frankening for the most part. Very rarely do I use one of these shades as a shade like on my eyeshadow, on my eyes. But next year, I can definitely use up these 2 shades as an eyeshadow, regular eyeshadow shade, and this one as well. Maybe get away with using this one as an eyeshadow shade as well. But Rufus is right here, and he's like really pressed up against me. But anyway, my goal for this palette is to franken it as much as I can. Definitely, I'm going to be making some Franken blushes out of this. I know I can probably use up my regular blushes, but I have a thing about wanting to use this palette. I'm like hell-bent on trying to use this up. So I'm excited to see what I can create with this palette. These are very pigmented eyeshadows. I am planning on using them sometimes on my eye in conjunction with my Pan That palette, but for the most part, like I said, I really want to franken these shadows. I know I can come out with some great shades, so that's gonna be a challenge in itself. So like I said, there's 3 palettes, but I won't be showing you the 3rd one. And then the rest of the items that I have here are products that I really want to use up, and I'm going to start kind of in the order in which I would put them on my face. The first thing that I have here is this bag full of deluxe size primers. There's 20 in here, and I know it sounds like a lot, but there's all kinds of brands, all different sizes. Some products have more than others, so I feel like I can really make a good dent. If I don't finish all of them, I feel like I can make a really good dent. So I'm gonna go through these really quickly. First, I have the No Problem from Touch in Sol. I have used this before and I love it. Loved it so much that I bought a full size of that. Then the Ulta Beauty Mattifying Face Primer, the Tarte Base Tape Hydrating Primer. Then I have the Lancome La Base Primer. I'm saying primer after each one, I don't know why. The NYX Shine Killer Primer. Feels weird if I don't say it. Another Ulta Beauty one. This is the Poreless Face Primer. Then another NYX. This is the Pore Filler Primer. Then from Rare Beauty, this is the, what is this called? Always an Optimist Illuminating Primer. Haven't used this one at all. And then from Estee Lauder, this is the Smoother Universal Perfecting Primer. The Urban Decay All-Nighter Face Primer. I'm super excited to try this because I basically love everything from the All-Nighter line. So I hope that that's good. The Cover FX Water Cloud Primer. I've used this before and I thought it was okay. Then I have two of the L'Oreal Infallible Matte Lock Mattifying Primer. I have a little baby one of the Benefit Professional. You guys, if you guys follow me along, you would have seen that I just used up the full size of this and I absolutely loved it. So excited to have another mini there. Then from Tula, this is the Probiotic and Superfood Smoothing and Firming Primer. I've used one of these before and I really enjoyed it. I thought about buying the full size during the Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty, but I didn't. And I mean, I'm looking at this right now, you guys, and this is filled up to here. So a lot of these are not full all the way to the top. Like this one, like I said, is filled up to here. So I think I can do it. I have the Dermablend Pore Saver Matte Makeup Primer. And I have the Tatcha, the Liquid Silk Canvas. I have used the regular silk canvas and I absolutely love it. And I've been dying to try this one, the liquid one. So we'll see how I enjoy it. Then I have one from Tarte. This is the Timeless Smoothing Primer. This, I feel like it's going to be like the L'Oreal one. I think that one's been discontinued, unfortunately, which I did enjoy very, very much. I haven't used it in years, but I did use up one container of that primer and I loved it. And I feel like this is kind of like that. So hopefully I'll enjoy it. And then I have two of the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. And I hear this is supposed to be a dupe for the Tatcha one. And like I just said earlier, I love that one. So hopefully I'll enjoy this one too as well. I'll love it as much as well. So that's for the primers. Then for foundation, I do have, aside from the Marc Jacobs one that I showed you guys, I do have three other foundations that I want to use up. One is Drugstore. This is the Maybelline Perfector 4-in-1 Glow Makeup. This is supposed to be a primer, concealer, highlighter, BB cream. I am in the color 00 Fair Light. I am not fair or light, but I compared it to my L'Oreal True Match color, like side by side, and this seemed to be quite a match for that other one. So hopefully this will match me. Then I have two from Lancome. One is half used. This, the one that's half used is the Skin Feels Good Healthy Skin Tint. My mom decluttered this to me. This was too dark for her. I don't know if this is going to be a good match for me, but I do have another foundation. If it's too light, I'm thinking it's going to be too pink. But I think I have a foundation that would be perfect to mix with this to lighten it. So hopefully. And then I have a full size of the Lancome Teint Idol Ultra Wear. I am in the color 230 Buff. And I have two of these because I bought one during the 21 Days of Beauty this year. So I figured I could use the oldest one that I have. And I'm excited to try this one. I've only used samples of this before and I absolutely loved it. And I'm happy to finally get a hold of the full size and use it. And hopefully I'll love it as much as I remember loving the samples back then. So those are the foundations. Then I have two concealers. I have a little sample of the Kosas concealer. I don't know what this is called. But this is in the number 04. This came in a kit with a Kosas powder. I feel like this might be a little too light for me, but we'll see if I can make it work. And then the other one is from Huda Beauty. This is the Overachiever Concealer in the color Coconut Flakes 10N. It's still in its little box. I just took it out. And that's the color right there. I feel like it's going to be a really good shade match for me. But this is brand new. And this is so cool because it has like a little metal applicator thing. I've never used a concealer that has this type of applicator. So we'll see how that works. Hopefully I won't accidentally like squeeze too much and make a mess on myself. So that's that. Then I have, for face powders, I have 3 pressed powders and 1 loose setting powder. The loose setting powder is from Too Faced. This is the Born This Way Ethereal Setting Powder. This is already open. I had started using it last year. I didn't touch it at all this year, but this is how much I have. And yeah, I love this powder. I think it's a great setting powder. For the days when I want a little bit more coverage, I have the Sephora Micro Smooth Multitasking Baked Face Powder. This is still brand new. You guys can see it's still sealed. I am currently using one, but I know that I'll be able to, if I don't finish it, it'll be very close to finishing by the end of December. So I figured I would use this other one. And then the other one that I have for coverage is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Complexion Perfecting Micro Powder. This is in the color 2 medium. I have used this before and I know that I do enjoy it. This has been in my collection for a while. I don't know why I haven't used it. This is what it looks like. Brand new. I love this powder. I think it's great. I just can't justify the price. So this is something that I'll buy like when I feel like treating myself. But it's not a powder that I would like continuously repurchase, because $50 for a face powder, I feel like once in a while, okay, like I said, to treat yourself, but like to repurchase one after another, no. So that's this one. And then I have another pressed powder. This is from Urban Decay. However, this is the all-nighter setting spray. No, all-nighter setting powder in the pressed formula. That's what this guy looks like. And this is from the Prince collection that they had a while back, a couple of years ago. So it's time that I use it up. This has, how much product? Not a lot, 7.5 grams. So if it's just as good as the loose setting powder that I used up this year for the all-nighter powder, I hope it's like, I really hope it's that good. So that's that. Then for highlighters, I do have two, my Panda palette has eyeshadows, a blush, and a highlighter. So I have a highlighter in that palette, but then I have highlighting powders and one cream highlighter. So the two pressed powders are from Becca. These are some of my oldest highlighters in my collection. One is Opal and the other one is Moonstone. I do have another one in Moonstone. I think it was like Rose Gold and Moonstone that I have left over. So after I use these two, I'll still have two more left. This is what Opal looks like right here. And then Moonstone is right here. It's a little bit more yellow. I can go through these fairly quickly, so I'm not concerned like, oh my gosh, I have three highlighters that I'm going to try to work through in 2025. I feel like I can go through these fairly quickly. And the other one is the liquid one is it's more like an illuminator. It's from Giorgio Armani. This is the Fluid Sheer highlighter, I guess. I don't know. It's a number 2. This is super old. This came in a duo with the face primer that I used up this year. And I bought it at a Nordstrom anniversary sale maybe about 4 years ago. So it's time that I get this guy out of my collection. This is beautiful. You guys know I mix my highlighters under with my primer. That way I can go over my foundation and give it like a little bit of a glow. So that's how I intend to use this. And that's the only cream highlighter, just because there's a lot of product in here. There's 30 mLs. I don't know how long it'll take me. I could have squeezed another liquid highlighter in here, but I don't want to overwhelm myself. And then I only have, aside from that Tarte blush that I showed you that I'm rolling over from this year, I only have one more blush, and it's also a liquid blush, and it's from Laura Mercier. This is a tinted moisturizer blush in the color Provence. It's this little baby one, just because I'm planning on doing a lot of powder bronzers with these shades. That's why I didn't include any powder blushes. So just this one and the other one from Tarte, those are going to be my blushes, and then hopefully I can get more use, just like I said 5 seconds ago, with that eyeshadow palette. Then I do have, aside from my Panda palette, I do have 2 more eyeshadows that I wanted to use up. And they're both loose eyeshadows. One being from Bare Minerals. This is in the color Gold Metal. And I have been using this on and on for the past, I don't know, an eternity, it feels like, for a long time. And that's what this looks like. You guys can see what the color looks like right there. Very pretty shade. And then the other one is from a brand named Shani or Shani. This is the shimmer powder. This is in the like silvery baby blue color. This was a great Christmas gift that I got 2 or 3 years ago. I got a makeup kit and there was 3 loose shadows. This one that's a little bit more gold and another one that's a little bit more purple. But I feel like based on the eyeshadows on my Pan palette, I feel like this would be the best one to complement that color palette. This is filled to the top. I don't know if I'll be able to finish it, but this is very, very thin. I don't know if I can repress it, maybe franken it with another shade. I don't know. We'll see how I can make this work, but there's a lot of product in here. It doesn't say how much product is in here. Oh, it's raining. Yay. But I'm excited. I'm excited to use it up. Oh my gosh, I just made a mess. Moving on to eyeliners. I only have 3 eyeliners. 2 liquid pens and 1 potted liner. The pens are, one is a full size. It's a brown one from Benefit. This is the Roller Lash Liner in just a brown shade. This one right here. And then the other one is a deluxe size sample. This is the Lancome Idol eyeliner. This is waterproof, which is nice. You guys know I love my waterproof eye products. This year I didn't use that many eyeliners, and I guess I just haven't been, I don't know, like in the mood to use eyeliners. I guess it's a step that I just not outgrown, but I just haven't been using this past couple of years. So that's why I only picked 2. Before I would pick like 5 eyeliners and I would use them up plus and then some. The potted liner is from KVD. This is the Lemmy Green. This is a really bright eyeliner, but I am hoping to use this up as an eyeshadow base and hopefully get some use out of this. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it. This has the same amount of product as a paint pot from MAC, 5 grams. But as you guys can see, it does have a little bit of use, and since I'm going to be using it on my whole lid, maybe I can finish it. I don't know. That's why I don't have any eyeshadow primers in this like part of the project, because I really want to focus on using this as my eyeshadow base. So wish me luck on that. And then last but not least, I have 2 brow products. One that I'm currently using is from Tarte. This is the Amazonian Clay Waterproof Brow Mousse in the color medium brown. This has been discontinued, unfortunately. This is my second container of this. Last year, I was really working on brown shades as my, well, I wasn't really working on like purposefully. I just happened to have some brown shades that I really wanted to use up, and I was using that on my brows. And I decided, you know what, I can probably use up all my brow products and just focus on my brown eyeshadows and use those as brow products. So I figured that would be the goal moving forward. So I want to use up my brow products. Like I said, this one being one of them. This product used to be up to the top. So I am more than halfway done, because I'm like kind of halfway done through here when you see it this way. But when you look at it from the top, there's definitely a big dip in there. And it's the one that I'm using every day, except for today because I forgot. But I feel like I'm gonna get a good chunk of it these next 2 months. And then hopefully I'll be able to finish this within the first half of the year. So that way at the second half of the year, I can use up this guy. This is the NYX Thick It, Stick It Brow Mascara. This is in the color Brunette. This was given to me as a gift, and I haven't even opened it. I don't even know what it looks like. This is what it looks like. It kind of looks like the Maybelline one that I used up a couple of years ago, maybe last year. And yeah, it's like a mascara wand. That is exactly what it looks like. And it's in the color brown. I feel like it's gonna be a perfect shade for me. So I'm excited to use this guy. So there you have it, guys. Those are all the products that I want to use up in 2025. You guys will probably be seeing these as part of a project pan here and there. I will be doing another video telling you guys about all the lip products that I want to use up in the coming year. And that's it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. What are you guys planning on planning next year? Do you have a plan? Have you not even thought about it? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.